Hey, it's Webs here with another Hearthstone deck, this time with the deck that I almost had actually scrapped, but a lot of people seemed really interested in it, which is Armor Up Druid, or how I like to call it, I Like Turtles the deck. The idea behind the deck is to use cards like Northshire Farmer to get additional copies of the Druid Colossus minion, while also having other ways to gain a bunch of armor within the deck to hopefully outpace any damage that our opponent can actually do to us, and make them just give up the game while either stealing their win condition or using a Sire as a backup plan for ourselves. I know people are tired of seeing Sire in every list, so this deck was actually designed in a way where you can actually cut him out completely if you just want to rely on making your opponents rage quit. To do this, you would replace Sire and either Shrubgazer or a Deathbloom Whopper, or even Brand's Bronzebeard with 2 Convoke the Spirits. I would prefer to actually cut out a Deathbloom Whopper and Sire if I was going to do this. And the only reason I'm including him is just to try to shorten the games down a little bit. It's Mulligan Guide. It's basically a Deathrattle Druid deck where you're playing a bunch of armor gain cards instead of using Deathrattles that summon a bunch of 8/8s. So you are going to be mulliganing for cards that will either draw you into your key combo pieces pretty early, or allow you to ramp up really easily, such as Wildheart Guff, Nourish, Widowbloom, Seedsman as your ramping cards, or you're looking for cards that fit into the category to draw you into some of your key combo pieces, such as Moonlit Guidance or Living Seed. Planted Evidence is also good to generate an early game removal, or even Feral Rage for a similar reason. And finally, Flipper Friends, just so you have some type of board clear, even though this doesn't look like a board clear right away. With that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Demon Hunter. Ooh, what do we want to actually keep here? The Nourish and the Seedsman might be really nice. Flipper Friends could, in theory, be also nice, depending on what type of Demon Hunter it is. So we actually are going to keep all 3. Going to shuffle back the Farmer, getting a Living Seed instead, which is really good, actually. Okay, so they're not quest lines, so I'm going to assume that they are probably Relic. I'm really interested to see which variant of Relic it is, though. Just going to pass the turn back. Not much we can do on these first few turns, to be honest. Gonna armor gain and then attack their face. Okay, they're going to put down Prince Renathal. I mean, it's a nice body just to be able to put down. We're going to put down the Hedge Mage because I'm assuming they're probably not going to be running the card that destroys locations, though I have ran into that quite a few times at this point now too. Okay, Blade Master, curious what that's actually going to be. We're going to coin something out here. Okay, so it isn't what I originally expected it to be. We can use Living Seed to get our Colossus minion. Now it is a 5 cost. We're probably going to have to use Flipper Friends to actually kill the Blade Master. Just because there isn't any minions in my hand I want to sacrifice. We could sacrifice a Widowbloom, but oh well. Okay, they're just going to attack our face. Oh, Innovate. That's interesting. Yeah, probably going to have to do this. And if we really wanted to... Oh, we don't have to coin out. I was going to say we could use Innovate to attack the 1/1, but we can just attack it anyways. We have all of our Deathrattle minions in our hand besides the Legendary, which is kind of cool. Okay, so there's a Relic down. I really want Relic Demon Hunter to be good. It just needs something extra, and I don't know what still. The second Living Seed, that does actually nothing for us right now. I'm going to put down a Forge Fiend to get some armor, and then if they attack into the Forge Fiend, we get 8 additional armor. Oh, they actually run a Silence. Okay, maybe we won't gain 8 additional armor. What do we want to actually do? Depends on what we top deck to. Interesting. We can play the Innovate to get a 3/3, and then we can use the Living Seed just to get another 3/3. Gets rid of 2 of their minions. Then we can get rid of the third with our 8/8. Probably should have been smarter to actually attack base, but I'd rather minimize the amount of damage I'm going to take and the risk of dying to their hero card. Okay, so I'm assuming that Callion would draw into Sire, so if we got Theotar, could actually steal their Sire out of their hand. Okay, Relic of Extinction doesn't actually kill anything there. And put down the second Forge Fiend, gain some armor, and then we can use our hero power, pop the Divine Shield, and then one of them is going to die anyways, and then just go face. Draw 2. Draw 2 more. Chaos Strike. Topple the Idol. Interesting. Wonder what they'll get. Oh hey, they got the second Topple the Idol. That's a little bit frustrating. We might actually just use the Seedsman to draw into a... Oh, actually, we can just do our Farmer, get the main body of the Turtle. There were a few games when I was shuffling in the Deathrattle part of the Turtle, but that just felt a little bit worse than shuffling in a immune minion. Sure, the Wompers are going to be less online, but... Oh, there's the second Silence. I mean, they ran one, so why not a second, I guess. Okay, they're going to get a 7/7 out of that, and a 3/2, and a 3/3. A little bit frustrating. Earthen Scales. Let's see what we can actually draw here. The second Earthen Scales, we can actually buff up the Turtle a little bit. Probably should have actually hit the Farmer, I think, there, though. Okay, so they don't have anything cheap enough to get it out of their hand, which is good for us. We can get rid of the 7/7, they'll draw 3, and then we're just going to hero power and then attack into the minion, minimizing the amount of damage that they're going to be able to do. We're at 27 armor, which is nice. Okay, so they put down a Scorpion, Relic Vault, School Teacher. So they're going to kill one of our minions. We're left with a 0/8 that really can't do much right now, which is a bit frustrating, but it's okay. Oh, Womper draws us into the 8 cost minion. Yeah, let's just put that down, and we probably should kill the Scorpion. They'll draw the 2 lowest minions in their deck. We're getting real low, which is one of our alternate win conditions. If they have no cards in their deck, then they're just going to take a bunch of fatigue damage. Sure, we'll get to that point too, but until we do, we'll be at a huge advantage. Oh, the second Whomper, that does nothing. We could draw 3 here, see what we can actually get. Flip our friends, okay. Planted Evidence. Let's do 3 damage to the Scorpion, just to protect our minions, get some more 3/3s. Then attack their face and attack the 1/1. Okay, we burn one of their Phantasms, which is good. I'm assuming they're going to duplicate Extinction, which they do. So there's their hero card. That's what I was kind of afraid of. If we keep any minions alive, that just means additional attacks. Mutanus is real nice, though. Especially when it costs 0. Because we can use Mutanus plus Bran. And we can also use the Otters to get rid of their entire board. I don't know why I attacked like that. I should have done it in the opposite order. I'd rather have 3/3s left alive than 1/1s, but oh well. Okay, we ate a 3/3, and then what else are we going to... Hey, we ate their Sire, exactly what we wanted to do. Now we have a 17/17 that they have to instantly deal with, or they're in big trouble. They probably have Devourers, they just need to draw into the Devourers. What do they get here? Zymox, okay. Doesn't necessarily do anything for them. Or it just showed us the wrong card? Huh. Okay, that didn't kill Mutanus. We Oh, they're gonna swap their hand with their deck. I would have honestly done that before you played the second topple the idol, but it is what it is. We're gonna attack their face. We can discover a spell, but could also just pass it back. A Relic of Dimensions, draw 4. Big Game Hunter, a card that I did not expect to see out of someone. It really is just a weaker Devourer at this point. Okay, let's see what we can generate here. Moonbeam technically is probably the best choice here. And we can attack into their minion, kill the other minions, not going to let them keep anything alive. We can innovate, get another 3/3, just to put pressure on the board, and then pass the turn after we attack their base. Oh, Theotar. Go ahead, steal something out of my hand. None of this helps you. Except maybe the scales. I guess scales could technically help, but that's a little bit too late. What, gonna get the Relic Vault back? Ah, kill. We're just gonna attack our face, and I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna give up. Alright, time for a game against Shaman. Going to get rid of the Widowbloom and the Scale of Onyxia. Getting a second Widowbloom and a Forge Fiend, that's a bit frustrating. Seedsman is fine, it's just I'd rather have something else than a secondary copy of it in the opening hand. Okay, so they aren't a Renathal deck. Got Womper as our top deck. Oh, a Sinstone Totem. Are we going to be facing Totem Shaman? I'm probably just going to attack into the Totem. I know that technically doesn't do anything, but once we are able to actually play something against it, I'd rather have it at lower HP than at higher HP. They're going to get a Chisel, which means another Totem on board. Let's see what they get. Okay, they get the Taunt. I mean, we can armor up and then attack into their Totem and then have to pass the turn back. Okay, Amalgam with the Deep. We're going to coin something out. A Flame Tongue, that's a little bit frustrating, especially because if we do attack, we just have to take the damage to our face. I'm going to use Widowbloom to see what we can get. Earth and Scales is actually a pretty good top deck there. We do have the 2 Nourishes in our hand though. How much damage do we actually want to take early on? Okay, they're actually going to trade, which is nice, for us at least. Use Nourish, gain 2 mana crystals. Then we could use Living Seed if we really feel like it. Oh, there's our turtle with the Living Seed. We just need Guff so we can actually get to 20 mana. Okay, they're just going to attack our face. We do need to start putting up some armor. Putting down the Forge Fiend probably is a really good solution for this turn. We could also use our turtle to then get an additional turtle in our hand and gain some armor. Because I think at this point they'd have to attack with all their minions to actually kill the turtle. Oh no, because the totem, that totem, is going to die. That's going to be a 4/3 now. Basically, it's just going to allowing them to attack. I don't think they can kill our turtle this turn though. Okay, good. That doesn't actually kill it. Amalgam of the Deep on a Totem, which has a high likelihood of getting them something really nice. Let's see what they get. Ah, another Flame Tongue Totem, which is a little bit frustrating to deal with. Just going to allow them to kill the tail of the totem, or turtle. Then we'll put down the second one next turn. Sitting at 15 armor, which is pretty nice. You're going to Muck Pools their Amalgam. There's the Guff. That's exactly what we wanted to see. 5 more additional armor. Oh, and Hedge Mage. Interesting. Can gain 2 more mana crystals. We're going to delay gaining a bunch of armor. Rather have a bunch of additional mana for next turn. We're up to 15. We're 1 short off of doing what I really want to do. They're probably going to kill our turtle body this turn if I had to guess. Yep, they did. Okay, they're going to use the second Wild Paw Cavern, and then probably go face with their 3 minions. We need something like a Scale of Onyxia. Let's gain a mana crystal, put down the Forge Fiend, use the Hedge Maze, and then use Feral Spirit to gain attack, killing one of the Flame Tongue totems, and passing the turn. Gets rid of 4 damage on board, which is really, really nice. Okay, so they're going to use Brucon. Let's see what they decide to grab here. Okay, 6 damage to our face, that makes a lot of sense. And 2 damage to our entire board, which means they don't have it to attack with everything to get rid of our minion, which also makes a lot of sense here. Going to attack with the Amalgam, which means they have 2 damage back on board. We're just going to attack base. And then evolve their totem. Honestly, I'd rather have had that totem on the board if I was them, but oh well. Going to draw 3 cards. Going to draw the second Forge Fiend in a mana crystal. Use Planted Evidence, see what we can get. Invoke the spirits just because it's funny. And pass the turn back. AoE our board, that's fine. Anchor Totem. Another Flame Tongue Totem. Okay, that's starting to get real annoying. We're just going to go face. Do have a lot of armor gain in our hand. We can actually shuffle the turtle butt into the deck if we really feel like it too. This won't burn any cards, it'll get us a 10-10. I was really hoping that we would see something like Bran. This is fine too. Just shuffle 3 turtle butts into the deck. Oh, there's the Bran. That would have been nice 1 card earlier. As long as one of the turtle butts survives, we'll in a pretty good position, but well. Okay, Devour. Now that's going to be annoying to deal with, mainly due to the fact that it's going to have way more HP than attack, and we don't have any silences in the deck. I think we have enough though if we choose Flipper Friends. Because Flipper Friends is 6 damage times 2, and then we have enough mana. That's 12 damage plus the Scale of Onyxia, which is 14. Don't need to gain a mana crystal because we're already at max. We can use this now, and then attack into either a Flame Tongue or an Anchor Totem. Probably going for the Flame Tongue though. Okay, they're going to play Schooling. Attack our face, restore some HP, that's fine. Oh, Womper. That actually has a useful battle cry right now because we do have the turtle butts in the deck. Moonlit Guidance, let's see what we get. Bran is real nice, but Scale of Onyxia allows us to clear out the board. And always having additional Scales of Onyxia is pretty nice. Probably should have, done that. Basically had one of our minions die for no reason. We're going to gain a Deathrattle here, gain some armor just to be safe, and pass the turn back after we attack into this because they're going to die probably anyways because of the stupid hero power. Okay, Brilliant Macaw, which duplicates the Devour. Now we have to use our second Scale of Onyxia to get rid of that Macaw, I guess. Okay, so we have 2 turtle butts in hand. Let's draw a card. Theotar's nice, especially because we can steal something that might be really useful for them out of their hand. Probably should have put down Scale first. Bloodlust is definitely something that I'd rather have in our hand. We can use Convoke the Spirits, or we could use Scale of Onyxia. Scale of Onyxia allows us to clear out more of the board. We could also put down a few taunts too, I guess. Okay, so they're going to kill one of the turtles. They're going to be able to hit us for a bunch of damage this turn. It's down to 3 HP though. There's our last turtle shell in the deck, I'm pretty sure. Going Theotar, then just going face. Oh, Earthen Scale's real interesting. Let's draw a card, see what we get. Planted Evidence, let's see. Best in the shell, probably. Just add to our turtle power, or shuffle it back into the deck. Use Farmer on the turtle, shuffle more into our deck, and then we can draw one out of our deck. Let's use Scale just to get rid of the board. Probably should have done that before putting down any minions, but oh well. You live and you learn. Get rid of the Swarmers because they can actually snowball still. Then pass the turn back. Gotta love having these golden cards though. Draw 3, or draw 1, I guess. They have an entire board. We're out of AoE board clears, but we are just going to keep gaining armor. I'm assuming one of those cards has to be Sire in hand, or maybe not. What do we get? Turtle Shell, okay. We can draw a second one here just to get out of the deck. Place it down, place the second one down, use Convoke, see what we get. Oh, I'm going to draw a bunch of cards, which is nice. There's our Sire. Then there's Bran. Always has to hit one of our own cards. Oh, doesn't it? Overall, not really that bad of a Convoke. Can gain some armor through the Earthen Scales, and then attack into the 0-2, and then pass the turn back. I'm going to do a little bit of AoE damage to us. Put down Prince Renathal. I'm going to attack into our turtle butts. Sire's going to get buffed up a little bit. Then they're going to go face. We're at 40 armor, which is still pretty good. Here's the second party favor totem. Man, they got really unlucky with draws. I'm assuming they're looking for Sire, and that's the reason why they haven't given up. Mutanus is one turn too late like usual. We're just going to use Innovate. Probably should have actually used Bran in combination with Gazer, but oh well. I'm going to kill both of the party favor totems. Then pass turn back to them once we draw a card out of our deck. Flipper Friends is real nice. Okay, there's Carving Chisel. We're going to kill the turtle butt, which is fine. Kill another one of our minions. And next turn, we should be able to win with a Sire combo, I think. Don't really like doing the Sire combo, but it is what it is. At least we're going to end the game with 48 armor plus 40 HP. Hey, what's the last card? Best in the Shell. Okay. Just gonna kill these two. Kill that also. We can clear out the board with these otters while buffing up the Sire, and then we'll just win with one big Sire. Behold, Sire Denathrius. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. Overall, this deck actually performed way better than I originally expected, because I didn't expect this deck to win hardly at all. I played around, I don't know, 30-ish games with this deck, and I had around a 45-ish% win rate, which was actually a lot higher than I originally expected. Though the thing that shocked me most about this deck was the fact that people didn't actually just give up whenever you just gained a shit ton of armor until you actually either stole their win condition or dropped down a huge Sire. Sire is something that I'm really looking forward to seeing nerfed in the nearby future, and I'd be very shocked if he doesn't make it out of these next changes without some type of nerf. To be honest, this was a deck that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've tried actually making this deck work in the past 2 sets, but we didn't have actually any ways to duplicate our armor gains within Druid really easily. Now that we have cards like Hedge Maze, we actually have ways to duplicate the death rattles that are so important to a deck like this. However, I will say this isn't the most competitive deck in the world. It does work a lot better than I originally expected, which means I can't honestly recommend it to you if you are looking for a really competitive deck. However, if you want something to just make your opponents really frustrated to play against, this is the perfect deck for you. There's other classes that I really want to try something out similar to this. Ideas such as Mage, since there is a lot of armor gain that you can actually do in Mage nowadays too, and it isn't really a class that you would expect to have a lot of armor gain. But that idea will probably wait until the end of the expansion when I'm running out of deck ideas to do. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.